Yo, what's happening, party people? Welcome back to another video on the channel. Today we're going to be continuing on with the heart save. We are now into season 3 and boy have we had the summer window to remember. Some big signings coming in, some players leaving as well, money made. So we're going to get into it straight away. We're going to show you how our preseason has gone, the first couple of games of the season which we completed on stream last night over on Facebook Gaming, and then also the transfers in which we have made throughout the window. Also, we have our new formation and boy does it smash it straight out of the bag from last season with a couple of tweaks to it. This formation, I generally feel, has broken Football Manager 2023. If you are interested in the formation, tomorrow we are going to be dropping a full video on that formation with a link so you guys can download it and plug it straight into your game and win the league you're currently competing in, because I think we're going to win this league. But without further ado, let's get across into our schedule and have a look at how we've got on so far. So over into our schedule then, you can see our pre-season has gone pretty well. Obviously using our new formation, it took a little bit of time for it to bed in, but we started off with a win against Besiktas, then a couple of draws against Hanover, Olympiacos and Anderlecht, then beating Portsmouth, losing to West Ham, which there's no harm in losing to West Ham on your hearts. We then beat Newcastle by 2-1, losing to Everton by 3-1, and then beating a couple of Danish sides in a little pre-season tour. We did lose our last friendly game to Wolfsburg by 2-1, but we had a lot of games in a very short period of time. Players just started getting a little bit tired and the team had been rotated an awful lot. Into our competitive games then, we started off the season with a 5-2 win in the Scottish Premiership over Ross County, then beating Livingston by the same scoreline. Kilmarnock we beat with a rotated team in the Premier Sports Cup second round. Then we beat Dynamo Kiev again with that rotated team in the Europa League playoff first leg. We then beat Kilmarnock in the league, moving on to the Europa League second leg, and again another 2-0 win with a rotated team. Back into full strength, then we went back into the league, beating Motherwell by 1-0, and then on to the game where we beat St Johnstone by 4-1. You can see that the formation has really started to kick in. We're really getting results, and not only are we getting results, we're getting results with our second string team as well, and even then we are absolutely dominating the games. For example, if I just click on a random couple, we have a look at this 5-2 win, we'll bring it up in front of you. You can see up here in the top left hand corner, you can see the possession, 71% possession we had in this game, absolutely dominating the game, winning it by 5-2. We click on another random result, a second string team we played against Dynamo. We go into that game, you can see we absolutely bossed that one too. Okay, second string team, but still 59% possession, dominating the stats. Very comfortable win. We have a look at the second leg against Dynamo Kiev, this time the home leg. Possession for us this time 64%, again with a second string team. When we play our full strength team, you can have a look. Last game, St Johnstone beat them 4-1, 65% possession in that game, 27 shots, 11 on target. I'm telling you now, chat, this formation is absolutely beastly. We will cover it slightly today, but ultimately we will show you it, like I say, in that video that is going to be uploaded on the channel tomorrow. If we just have a look at the league table then and how it stands so far, we are currently top. Played 5, won 5, only conceding 5 goals this season. In fact, Rangers actually haven't conceded a goal all season, but we have been very dominant in our games, currently scored the most goals out of any team in the league. So we will just jump across and have a quick look at our formation. A couple of you guys would have seen this on our FM23 journeyman save. We absolutely beasted it in that journeyman save as well, and it's back here mainly because we do have a very young wonder kid up front who is a target man, which is why we brought this formation back, because it does use a target man as one of the pinnacles. The target man won't score you many goals, but he is key in playing and in creating those goals. So yeah, huge tactic change, one that is really working for us. But into today's games chat, actually before we do that, we will have a look at the transfers. So let's get across into our transfers and have a look at the business we completed this summer. So over into our transfers then, and you can see that we have made player sales of 30 million. 30.5 million pounds in player sales. Quite a few loans out as well, but we'll quickly run through the player sales. We had Ortiz leave us for 8.5 million pounds. He's gone off to Alaves. Decent player, but I feel like we've been able to replace him pretty well. Then we had Barry McKay. He's left us and gone to Swansea for 7.5 million pounds. More than happy to get that much for him, considering he was in his last year of his contract. We then had Fessin, who was actually valued at 10 to 15 million pounds. Didn't quite get as much for him. I believe it is 6.5 or 6.25 million pounds that we got for Fessin, but still a decent amount considering we only bought him. We actually got him on a free, didn't even pay for him. Love that. Craig Halkett was another one to leave, 5.5 million pounds. He's gone off to Stoke, centre back. Hasn't played too many games for Stoke, but 5.5 million pounds. I'm happy to take the 5.5 million pounds. Kai Rouse has left us, 2.8 million pounds. Always a solid performer for us, but unfortunately just couldn't cut it at this team anymore, and he is gone. Another one that we have let go is Goran Avkovic, a young goalkeeper, and then we've had Mbengu go as well, but again a lot of these now are just youngsters, and then a lot of youngsters in which we have loaned out. So 30.5 million pounds in terms of transfers. Into the outs then, you can see we have spent 31.5 million pounds. Huge outgoings. I'm going to start from the bottom. We got Nicola Cambrai, who has come in on a free transfer. The young Italian is going to come in and just be a backup, either on the wing, which we don't play any wingers anymore, but he can play on the wing, or for us, he will play in the cam. Other than that, we have Alvaro Cortez, a young centre-back who's come in, currently playing for our B team. We did try and get him loaned out, but he'll play for our B team momentarily, just why he's getting a little bit better. Hopefully he will still progress whilst playing for our B team. Into another free signing that we have signed then, Ethan Ampadu. What a signing this is. Signed him on a contract of 9.5k per week. Strong with his left foot, his right foot, very good mentals, some really good technicals in that those defensive stats, and also in the ball in a midfield role in which he will play for us. And then another free transfer, Felix Nemacha, the former Bayern Munich man, signs for Hearts on a free transfer again. He's going to sign on a £13,500 a week contract, again mainly to be backup to our young striker Milicevic and also Shankland. Resende will more than likely play up front with the Nemacha, as he's 6'2", can also play as that target man for us. Into a couple of the signings in which we did have to pay for then. Alan Maturo. This guy is an absolute beast at 19 years old. 15 heading, 14 marking, 13 tackling, 20 determination, driven personality, 15 positioning. What a beast he is for someone who's 19 years old. If you're interested in how we sign and how we find some of these players, make sure you do check out the video that it should be in the description, as how I show you guys to find wonder kids in under a minute, and I'm telling you, some of them you'll find on a free contract at the ages of 16, 17, 18, 19, and they're all criminally good. But then Alan Maturo is the latest one that we brought in. Another one is Matteo Rizzo, a young goalkeeper, another Italian. This guy was brought in mainly to be my backup goalkeeper. Unfortunately, due to some rules and regulations in regards to having a number of Scottish players in our European squad, we've actually had to demote him to our B team just to give him some game time, because Harry Stone is going to have to be our backup goalkeeper just to help us with passing those rules and regulations. But what a beast he is at 19 years old. Really solid goalkeeper there for £2 million. Marshall Colbert is a regen, and what a regen. He's Scottish. He has 15 first touch, 17 long shots, 14 passing, 16 technique, 17 flair, 16 off the ball, 16 vision, 16 work rate. Just mental stats, and he has had a phenomenal start to the season. 7 goals in 5 appearances so far this season, setting the world alight, or at least the Scottish division alight. The latest, another one who brought in, another Scotsman, as again needed to hit those rules and regulations, is Josh Doig. Now we brought him in for around £4 million, and another decent signing, brought him in from Verona, star player for the Cinch Premiership, as you can see in the bottom left hand corner. And again, some of these stats are looking very, very good for a left back. Really happy to get him in for around £4 million. And then the big one, the huge one that we spent all of our money on. We could have gone and signed many a wonder kids, but we needed Scottish players. Aaron Hickey from Brentford, £20 million. The bid will, or the deal will go up to eventually. Some of it is over time. Some of it, I think only 10 million of it or so was up front. Maybe up to 15 million was up front. The rest of it was over a couple of seasons. But again, we all know Aaron Hickey. Beautiful signing, although it did cost us a fair bit, but we made the money through player sales, so I'm not too disappointed. Strong left and right foot, some really good mentals, really good technicals in there as well, good physicals. What is not to like to have Aaron Hickey in the squad? Again, star Cinch Premier Division player, so really happy to have him in the squad. That is it though for the transfers, so without further ado, let's get into today's game. I'm just going to jump across over to the schedule. Today we are going to be playing against Sparta Prague. Off camera we'll have the St Mirren, Dundee and Wraith game, because none of them are too hard, none of them are real big games. Plus we've got this Scottish Cup, get the Premier Sports Cup that we don't really care about. So what we're going to bring you today is the Sparta Prague game, and then the game against Dundee, and on the next episode we will have the Celtic, Wolfsberger and Rangers game. What an episode that is going to be. So a couple of games will be played off camera today, unfortunately. It is going to happen, just helps us move swiftly on. But yeah, like I say, what an episode we've got in store for the next one. But let's see if we can prep for that one and try and keep our 100% record. We are going to be playing Sparta Prague in the Europa League phase. Obviously, we've got the new phase and the way the tournament is run. So very interested to be in here for our first game. Got some decent games coming up as well. Sparta Prague's a tough game. Sevilla is a tough game. I'm pretty sure we play Inter Milan. We do play Inter Milan at one point as well. So again, another interesting game there. For some reason, yeah, there we have. I've got 8 games. Okay, that's all good. So really looking forward to the Europa League this season. But to get us underway today, we are going to play a second string team to emphasize how good our tactic is. We are going to play a second string team in a game that they say we're not favourites for, and I'm still going to play a second string team, and I'm still 100% confident that we can get the result. So let's get into our tactical meeting. Let's go through opposition instructions, set that by the assistant. Again, it's going to tell us we need to change our team. Let's get all of our other players out. We ain't going to do that. Let's get on with the game and see what happens. We're ready to go. Hearts v Sparta Prague, first game of the Europa League here in Season 3. We are playing a second string team. It's risky to play a second string team against a team as good as Sparta Prague in this competition. However, we got away with it in our playoff game, so I put faith in them. I'm not going to lie, I'll settle for a draw. We'll definitely take a draw in this game. Although the formation is overpowered, it's not that overpowered. You can't get away with playing a really weak team against a strong team and still find wins all the time. Like, I don't think there's any formation that will be able to do that. But here we go then. Into the first game. Big games around the ground. Marseille already leading in their game by a goal to nil. So are Inter Milan, sort of to be expected. What we should be doing is, there is potential with this formation. When you are playing against teams who are better than you, you probably should drop onto positive and then change the instructions and take work ball into the box off. Or if you still need a late goal, potentially definitely take work the ball into the box off. That's a good hit, and that's over the bar, thank God for that. But 18 minutes gone, not too many highlights in the game so far. This is just the second one. We have been slightly on top in terms of the stats. Nielsen plays it to Namacha. Decent football, keeping the ball really well here. Array and B goes on to the left hand side with Rodriguez, but he goes backwards again. Rodriguez just back from injury. Namacha just back from injury. That ball down to Jarosende. He's not the quickest. Really needs to be playing it into feet with Jarosende. but for some reason they decided to go over the back of the defenders with that one. Bit of defensive work for us to do now. If we can win the ball back high, it'll be nice. There we go. Ampadu to Jao Resende. Playing it in. The matcher's behind. The matcher scores. Hearts lead. No ruling that one out, chat. Hearts lead by a goal to nil. Sparta Prague have work to do. 20 minutes in. Away from home. What a time to take the lead. And again, like I said, we have been a slightly better team. Even with this second string team, we've had more possession, 60%. In fact, so far, Naziri is in loads of space. And that's going to go through to Resende. And that, from Resende standards, is a very, very poor finish. Goalkeeper then, from the resulting goal kick, goes long. It's been brought down by Selly. Now on the matcher, looking for Resende again. He's in behind this time. Surely he scores this time. Of course he scores this time. Jao Resende doesn't miss 2 sitters in a row. Never does he miss 2 sitters in a row. 2-0 Hearts. And it's going to be closer offside. Apparently, Namacha well onside Jao Resende. I mean, the defender made a bit of an error. We're through on goal. We go 2-0 up. To be fair, Acosta's having a 7. I don't see how. They've not had a shot on target. So I'm not sure how our goalkeeper's playing a 7. But at this point, I am going to drop onto positive. Because there's no point being on ultra attacking or attacking when we're 2-0 up. We might as well be on positive and just be a little bit more defensively sound. And not make errors like that. That is why we should have been on positive from 2-0. Now, I might go back to attacking now because now we want another goal, really. As Sparta Prague, oh, what a free kick. Great save from Acosta. Really top draw save from Acosta. Hoja with the corner, whipping it in. Flicked away. Looks like it's going to be another corner. 34 minutes played. Hearts 2, Sparta Prague 1. Second corner in quick succession for Sparta. Ball goes in again. Punched away by Acosta. Not fully cleared as of yet, but that's the end of the highlight. Oof, thank God for that. Alright, can we get into half time leading? Let's go. Oh, just about to go for a focus shout, but there's a highlight. This one's going to go all the way through, is it? They've got a man open. They've found him. Ball across. Tap in. Oh my God, he's missed it. But a formation can't do anything about that. They should have scored. That is just poor forward play. Well, it's great attacking play. The finish definitely left lacking. That's a terrible throw from Nielsen. Ball's going to come to Ampadu though. Naziri. Oh, what a hit. Close, but we'll take it. That should get us into half time. And we should be going in 2-1 in front. Love to see it. Okay, dressing room, point finger. Happy with how we've dominated possession up to this point. Let's have a quick look at a couple of subs because Nielsen's a little bit tired. We don't really have a right back on the bench, so I am going to bring on... I don't have anyone who can play right back. We've got Josh Doig. He's more of a left back. Isn't he good with both feet? He is. Can't really play right back for some reason though. That's odd. Braun sort of can play right back. I think Magala is the only one that can play right back. As a fullback on defend, wing back defend. Okay, let's bring on... Let's leave Nielsen out there. Let's leave Nielsen out there for a little while longer. We'll bring on Magala a little bit later in the game. Don't really like playing him right back. He's definitely better as a centre back. But needs must and all that. 50 minutes played. I might bring on young Marshall Colbert as well. Cambrai is struggling just a tad really to break into the game. So in fact, I'm going to make that sub sooner rather than later. Just to get us a little bit more creativity on the pitch going forward. And then I think we're going to have a look at that sub. Nielsen is going to come off. We're going to bring on Magala, and he is actually going to be a wing back on defend because why not? We are 2-1 in front after all. A couple of other subs. Naziri could come off, but he's having an okay game. Selly's not having a great game. 6.6 for Selly, so let's take him off. No highlights in the second half. We're happy with that though. And Cicchini, the man to come on. And the matcher probably can't play the whole 90 either, nor can Rafael Rodriguez. He was only meant to play 75 minutes ideally. And there's a chance here for Sparta Prague. Cicchini though, winning it back, goes all the way back to Acosta. Now Braun Infield to Ampadu. Ampadu shouldn't really be playing in my second string team, but he does give it a bit of balance. Has João Resende a chance to win the game, and that surely is the game in the bag. João Resende makes it 3-1 to Hearts. Just what we needed. The game should be done now. And just to top it off, they actually have a highlight straight from kickoff, which is never good news when you're playing on key highlights, because this is likely to be 3-2. And it's kind of annoying, and it is. Offside? Please be offside. VAR? No? Fucking knew it. Highlight straight from kickoff. You never ever want to see him. Okay, so what are we going to do here? We're 3-2 up with 15 minutes to go. Cecchini over here. Naziri into there. Naziri off for Benny. I'm out of subs. Wait, I can only use 3 subs now? The subs rules changed in Europe? I thought we could have 5. Shit. Ah, no, I know why. You can have 5, but you can only do it in 3 intervals. We made all of our subs in 3 separate intervals like an absolute donut. That's not good. Okay, let's drop on to balanced instructions. We're going to one-click time waste, be a little bit more disciplined. Going to go for a focus shout as well as we look to seal this game now. In terms of our... Oh, we've got a highlight. Just as I was about to make some potential changes. Magalo, do not throw this long. Do not throw it long. Just throw it to your teammate. Okay, it's going to work out. Colbert could finish. Right, that is surely going to do it. That is surely going to do it. Let's get in. Let's go on to cautious. Let's drop the defensive lines. And we will say you can get stuck in. Other than that, we can regroup. We don't need to distribute quickly anymore. Let's take that off. We don't need to work the ball into the box. I'll time waste even more and confirm those. And this is another highlight straight from kickoff. Nice. Please be the end of the highlight. Yes, just what we needed. João Resende currently getting himself a man of the match award. 4-2 the result, providing there's no late changes to the scoreline. 4 minutes of added time to get through. What a huge win. Again, with a second string team, just goes to show how this formation is just so overpowered. There is a late chance here, and really if Sparta Prague had scored that, I don't think there would have been enough time anyway for them to go and get another. But yeah, it just shows how OP this formation is. I really believe if you are playing, or if you want to play with 2 strikers, you've also got a cam as well. If you are okay not to play wingers, this formation is for you. Wingers are expensive. Centre midfielders, not so much. There's a lot of good centre midfielders that can play in these roles. I've just knocked something over. Oh well. Yeah, this formation is just so good. And we've proven that today with a second string team getting the result against Sparta Prague in the Europa League, getting off to the perfect start, puts us up into the top 8. Obviously quite a few teams have won there. Any shock results? I mean, United have won their game by 4 goals to 1. Inter Milan won their game. Juve, I'm assuming they beat... No, Juve beat Rangers. So yeah, no real shocks, but it's fine. Good win, £500,000 into the bank. Just what we needed to see. So, like I say, we are going to now play a couple of games off stream. We will come back, show you the results of these 3 games. We'll also show you the goals of those 3 games as well. And then we'll get into the game. It'll actually be 4 games, and then we'll get into the game against Aberdeen. Right, chat, we'll see you in a minute. Okay, chat, so welcome back. It has been about a month in game, probably about half hour, 40 minutes in real life while I've been playing through those games off camera, and it hasn't been bad at all. In fact, it couldn't have got much better. Let's jump across into our schedule and see how it has gone. So we left you after the 4-2 win against Sparta Prague in the Europa League with our second string team. We then played a full strength team against St Mirren, and we absolutely crushed it. You can see here 68% possession we had during the game. We're going to run through the goals for you guys to see as well. Some of these goals are just class. Just the way in which we move through the team. I don't know if it's this game, it might be the next one. There's some really good goals. Cicchini was an absolute beast. I think he got 3 assists in it. I don't think it was this game. No, I think back to it, Cicchini, that is another assist for him there. Maturo with the header, and then another one here. Cicchini picking up the ball, giving it into Coventry. Coventry splitting pass through the middle. Shanklin goes through. Again, because we have 3 people up there essentially, it's so hard for their defenders to deal with it. A really nice 3-1 win in that game. Then we played Dundee. Now, technically, you could say we don't have a 100% record anymore, but we have beaten Dundee after a 2-2 draw. It went to penalties. We did beat them on penalties. We won't go through that game because it is just the Premier Sports Cup. Nothing really to worry about. But again, with a second string team, we will just go through the stats. Again, 67% possession. Absolutely bossed the game. And again, still managed to come out victorious. Then into Wraith now. I feel bad for Wraith. They've come up and they still haven't got a point all season, or they didn't at this stage. We beat them 4-1. Again, a really convincing win. 74% possession. This is the one where Cicchini was just on absolute flames, chat. The guy was absolutely untouchable. A lot of the goals come in early in this game. You can see here Shanklin, Cicchini playing it through, Colbert coming through from the cam into that forward role that Shanklin had just vacated, taps home. Then Cicchini again, this time wide as the Mazzella that he is, gets a little bit lucky, ball goes across, Jao Resende taps home, backstick, 2-0. Maturo then, Coventry on the turn, gives it to Jao Resende. He plays through Colbert again. Resende's dropped off, Colbert's gone in and gone and got the goal. Milicevic is injured at the moment, which is why Resende is getting a little bit more game time. Connor Coventry gets his first goal of the game, with Cicchini getting his third assist of the game. And then, as we like to do sometimes, we switch off late in the game. Or to say late, that was in the 51st minute, but after we scored the 4 goals, we sort of just petered out. We went onto a positive mentality and just sort of tried to see through the win, preferably without conceding, but we did concede a goal. Then into the Europa League game against Dunstreda. We played a second string team against Dunstreda. You can see here, this is our second string team, Jao Resende with both the goals. And again, you'll see a lot of the build-up work is very similar in some ways. You'll see it in a second as we go through here. Resende, Naziri, back through Resende. A lot of it is central. We do try and work the ball through the midfield and through those central areas, and we do overload it, and this time it's a little bit more of a direct pass as Resende goes through to make it too late in the game. Checked by VAR, he was onside. Goal stood, 2-0, and another really good win, and another £500,000 into the bank. So let's get on with it then. We need to get into the game against Aberdeen. As you can see, we've got it there. We are going to go with a full strength team for this game against Aberdeen. Rangers have beaten Hibernian by a goal to 0. Let's just have a look at the league table and how it stands at the moment. This is how it stands. We are top on 21 points with a game in hand over Rangers, who are second on 20. Celtic 2 further back in third on 18, and then a bit of a gap to St Johnstone, Aberdeen, Hibs and so on. But look at this, Marshall Colbert, 10 goals already this season. The guy has been on absolute fire. Let's get into the opposition instructions, set them out by the assistant. Jao Resende has been on fabulous form, but we do have Milicevic pretty much back. He can play majority of the game, so we're going to get him back in the team, and we'll see how we do in a big game against Aberdeen. Let's get into it. In chat, pre-game against Aberdeen, we're all ready to go for the last game of the episode. If you have been enjoying the episode so far, be sure to hit that thumbs up on the video. It really does help get the YouTube algorithm going, get the video out to more people. If you are enjoying it that much as well and you want to see this save live, you can do so by coming over to Facebook Gaming, where we live stream. We are going to be live this Friday as well, so make sure you get in the description. The link will be there to take to Facebook Gaming, so you can hit the follow button over there so you'll know when we go live. So into this game then, I do want to quickly just have a look at the Heart shot map, just because I want to see whether we're still working the ball into the box or not. We have got work ball into the box on, so I just want to make sure that is happening. Milicevic is obviously back in the team after a couple of weeks out injured. Here is Doi on this left-hand side. Ball goes in. Shanklin is going to fall through to Hickey. Ball across. Milicevic. What a save from the goalkeeper. I mean, Milicevic didn't really get the power on the effort to turn it home. Probably needed to do a little bit better. Needed to hit it a little bit harder. Coventry. Magala can't win it. Comes out to Cecchini. He might put the ball straight back in. Doesn't. Actually keeps possession instead. The smarter option, of course. Here is Hickey then, playing it forward, looking for Milicevic. Poor pass from Hickey, to be honest. Milicevic is going to close it down, just forced them into a long punt from the goalkeeper. We've got the ball back through Doig. Shankland over to Colbert. I was going to say, I didn't think that was a penalty. I felt they were doing a very, very harsh decision had they have given it. But this has been a very long highlight. When you play on key highlights, and long highlights like this generally mean there's going to be a goal. So I think Hearts, or Aberdeen even, are going to score here. What did I say? Oh, it's George Grant as well. We sold him. We sold him to Aberdeen for like 250k. And now he scored against us. Terrible news. Terrible, terrible news. Alright, still dominating possession, 70% possession so far in this game. It's not been our greatest game. Been a little bit slow. Milicevic coming back into the team. Maybe just trying to get up to speed. Hickey on the right hand side. Got support inside from Cecchini. Ball goes in. Shankland. What a header. Gets there ahead of the goalkeeper who was rushing out to punch away. Shankland heads it first. Back of the net. 1-1. Back in the game. And now from here on out, I'm going to go for a shout. I'm going to say, look, fire up. Let's fire them up before half time. Try and get a goal before half time to put us in 2-1 up. Aberdeen have been in this. We've only had 66% possession. Benny's gone off injured. Oh dear. Potential foot injury for Benny. Okay, Ethan Ampadu can come on. It's not a bad change to make, is it, when you got Ethan Ampadu to come off the bench. Aaron Hickey is only just coming back from an injury as well, so he shouldn't really play any more than an hour. I'm going to say I don't like what I saw. I mean, with Boston, but haven't really created enough in this game. I might take work ball into the box off, just because we haven't created too many chances. See whether that helps us create a few more. Then going to also make a sub. I think Milicevic is going to come off. Jaro Asende, who's been on some really good form, is going to come in. Colbert could have played through Milicevic, didn't. He's still going though. Then goes for goal. Greedy. If he plays in Milicevic there, it's got to be a goal. Here we go then. So Aaron Hickey on a yellow card, shouldn't really be playing the full 90 anyway. Milicevic should never be playing the full 90. Resende on, Shankland into the target forward role. And that is two subs, or two sets of subs we've made now. We've made 3 subs. So we have, if we're going to make 5, we're going to make 2 the next time we actually make a stoppage in play. Now, Alan Maturo not having his greatest game either. We've already brought on Ethan Ampadu, so Dominic Braun is going to come on for Maturo. And then I think I'm actually going to take off Marshall Colbert. I mean, he's played okay, but... Or do I? Connor Coventry is on a yellow. Let's bring on Naziri instead. As Connor Coventry is on a yellow, we don't want to go down to 10 men. That would really make this game hard. I'm going to go for a shout. I'm going to go for a fire up, because again, it hasn't been great in the second half. We have dominated possession, but we just haven't created a lot for the first time this season. Oh, what a header. Get it away. Jesus, living life on the edge. Aberdeen going close late in this game. Let's go back to work ball in the box. We took that off and it really didn't do anything for us. Braun, fresh legs at the back, gets that ball first. Ampadu, Magala. Now Nielsen, again also fresh legs to find Cecchini. No one really ahead of him, has to go backwards. Let's not get caught in possession. We do pass it round really well, take our time on the ball. Gives it now to Doig on this left hand side. Plays it to Resende. Resende took too long on the ball. Doig though really does well to win the ball back. We're back in possession, but Ampadu just idles on the ball. Movoski's in. and he's put it straight at the face of Acosta. It goes behind for a corner. I don't know how much Acosta knew about the save, but I don't care. He saved it. That is the main thing. It didn't end up in the back end. Oh, I was about to say it didn't end up in the back end there. He knew a lot more about that save. Top save, that one. Nilsson, can we find a potential winner in this game? Emmanuel, Shanklin trying to win it. Cicchini does get it. Now gives it to Ampadu, but he doesn't. He's giving it straight to Borja Garcia. And Braun, really good covering from Braun. Magala then playing it forward. I think this could be offside. He's left it for Shanklin. What's happened here then? What's happened? Did he leave that on purpose? Was Resende offside and that's why he gave it? Oh my god, we're going to see a replay. I'm assuming Resende left it on purpose mainly because he was offside. And that's why Shanklin went through. I was wondering why Resende weren't going to go for it because he was clearly favourite to get there first. We don't need to be on attacking now. Let's just drop onto positive. Let's go for a focus shout and waste a load of time and be disciplined as we have just 4 minutes of added time to complete to continue our 100% winning record so far this season. Let's freaking go, chat. There really is a chance we could win the league here. We really could win the league. We have 2 huge tests coming up in the next episode where we have to play Rangers and Celtic. Benny's going to be out for 4 to 5 weeks. That's not ideal, but we could probably do without him. We can get by without him. If we have a look at the league table though to finish the episode, what a start to the season we've had from yesterday's stream to today's episode. It is going absolutely insane right now. This formation, chat, is an absolute beast. It is broken. Like I say, tomorrow we're gonna have a YouTube video out explaining to you this formation in a little bit more depth. But yeah, really happy with how this video's gone. Really happy with how the season started. We are bossing it. If you've enjoyed the episode, boys, make sure you smash that thumbs up. If you want to see us live, the link will be in the description. And other than that, just have a blessed evening because this has been a blessed start to the season. We'll catch you on the next one. Peace out.